Hello. There was some stuttering there. Hopefully that didn't show up. Welcome to Squishy Vision, where I am going to very quickly react to Skeleton Crew. Because we're on a timer. In 10 minutes, my oven will be preheated enough for me to put my chips in. And then 50 minutes after that, well, then my chips will be done. So we need to go fast. Right, I can't actually remember what I've said about this show already. Only that actually, I think I'm kind of excited for it. It very much does kind of scream very much Spielberg, young, like, not, what am I saying? A lot of like Spielberg's kind of like films focusing around like young kids and like it's Goonies. I've not actually seen the Goonies. I think I've seen like a clip of the Goonies. I actually do probably need to watch the Goonies. Apart from, I think, Jude Law as the Force using Jod Wood, the rest of the characters aren't. Nick Frost as SM33, who is a droid. I don't actually think any of the other members of cast are particularly known individuals. Although, I mean, some of them certainly have Wikipedia articles pre-existing. I don't know, some of them are actually just not people that I'm aware of. Okay, anyway, chips are cooking. Let's get into the trailer, shall we?
What are you in for? What are you in for?
I found something buried in the woods.
Dad.
This is unacceptable. Do you understand?
What do you think it is?
Don't touch anything. What did you do?
We're lost. Really lost.
Stay together. We just need some directions home.
Come on, kid. Pay up. Whoa.
Where'd you two find an old Republic credit?
Over here, quick. I'll get you home. We'll make a partnership. But we have to move fast. I need you to take the controls.
Okay.
Neil? Neil?
A crew of murderous pirates is coming.
Something's wrong.
They're not going to just turn up. We need to find them.
We're not alone down here.
Be warned of booby traps. Pirates and mountains where none dare to go.
If you
Yeah, that's Nick Frost.
don't give up, no matter what.
That's not too long away.
No what?
I'm not sure there's really much to kind of like scrub through this because it's all very kind of newish. But God, do I really love the vibe. So yeah, this is being directed and written and created by John Watts, obviously with like some input from John Favreau. And Dave Filoni. But like I'm liking the vibe, I'm liking like the adventure, I'm liking like just the fun. Obviously there are Star Wars fans who are upset because that's what Star Wars fans do, they whine. And you can never please them. So if we ignore them, as we should, this is like just very fun. The trailer's fun, it's high energy, I'm feeling the adventure. It's like it makes me feel nostalgic for kids shows and kids films that I watched in like when I was a kid, like, you know, any given Spielberg film, that weird CBBC Lego Bluetooth show. What was it? Galador, which apparently I learned recently a few months ago that everyone hated, and it was critically like panned, and I'm like, what? It was great. It's just fun. It's good. I don't really know if there's much more to say to this. I don't know if I should just move on to my next trailer that I need to catch up on, which I think is, what is it? Oh, How to Train Your Dragon. But I guess let's go for this. I mean, clearly it's like it's being very loose. I think this is what upsetting some people. And I guess I know we should ignore them, but let's just kind of actually just like ignore them after we kind of point out how foolish they're being. I think it's because it's going very light on the Star Wars skin. Like, this could just basically be a modern school, like, corridor. I'm assuming it's a school place. Or some kind of detention center or whatever. Like, but like that kind of vibe. And it's got like the loosest skin on it. But like, that's what Star Wars has always done. I'm sorry, the very original Star Wars film was a sword and sorcery fantasy film with a sci-fi skin on. No one like did sci-fi before that was a thing. So I don't care. Mandalorian is a western that has the loosest Star Wars skin on it. It's what Star Wars doesn't do original very well. Well, maybe that's being unfair. Well, no, it did original very well once when it did The Last Jedi, and then everyone got very upset. But even then, that was like you ripping off tropes from like old samurai films. What Star Wars does very well is it takes the stories you love and it slaps a skin on it. And that's why people love the Star Wars films. I mean, Empire Strikes Back, I guess, did something newish. But even then, it took tropes. It's always been either sword or sorcery or western, and here we're getting a action adventure film with a bunch of kids. It's good.
What are you in for? What are you in for?
And like, I can already tell like the characters, the kids are doing such a good job. Like, I mean, I don't want to like crap on kid actors too much because they're kids doing a job that people have made decades of their lives out of, like developing the experience to do. So it's generally hard to find, I think, good children actors, and you kind of have to embrace the theatrical with them. That being said, there are some actors, young actors, who are very, very good. I'm biased because I know her, but like the way that Georgie Henley carries parts of The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe in scenes where there is not a single line of dialogue, or like a significant duration of the film where Lucy first finds the wardrobe and there is no line of dialogue and it just carries the magic of the film, is a skill. Now obviously it's too early to tell how good these actors are, but based on what we've seen limited, I'm not worried. I'm not seeing anything that I'm thinking that's making me cringe. And usually these trailers like lean on the cringe, so that's promising.
I found something buried in the woods. Dad.
This is unacceptable. Do you understand?
I mean, to be fair, if anyone in this trailer is wooden, it's that line, which might make sense more in context of the character. And I mean, John Watts does a really good job about Spider-Man. I mean, it might also be the way the trailer is like just leading into the whole being very well edited part of trailer making. That's kind of selling me, but it's fun. I'm hoping I don't go into the show with too high expectations. That's my worry now, because it's possible that that's what will happen, and I'll be disappointed. But I mean, Jude Law carries a lot very well. And you know, we've got people directing this like John Watts, who did a really good job of Spider-Man. We've also got Bryce Dallas Howard doing one of the episodes. So
What do you think it is?
I just love that kind of like that jump cut editing. I'm just a big sucker for it. And the music choice, it's like it's not one you expect to sit with Star Wars, and for me that's why it works. It gives you that sense of like innovation and new and freshness. And true to my word, I need my chips in the oven, so I'm just gonna go and do that real quick. So you just have to like wait a few moments while I disappear off the shot. I'm back. Ugh. What did I miss? All right, nothing. It's my stream. We have until 58 to finish this reaction video, which should be plenty of time. Where was I? Oh, yeah.
Don't touch anything.
I mean, same to be honest.
What did you do? We're lost. Really lost.
And that's like
What did you do? We're lost. Really lost.
you know, that's such a great premise. You get a bunch of kids, you chuck them into space, and you see what adventure awaits. I mean, what could you possibly go wrong here about that, except for the way I did that sentence? That's SM3, the character that Nick Frost voices, and I can tell from later on the voice contributions that he gives to the role. That, I mean, Nick Frost is quite funny, so I feel like if her dialogue fits, and I mean, we've had good success with like comedians voicing droids. Taika Waititi as IG, Richard Adiel, I can't pronounce his surname, but the one who was in Autumn Mandalorian. It's a formula that works, so hopefully they do it well and they give it justice here. So I think character wise, We've got I can't even tell who's who. Well, apart from that, Robert Timothy Smith is Neil.
Stay together, we just really lost.
That's a fantastic visual. It's very neon. That's actually really well composed. Like this scene could very well be very murky, but obviously we're leading into the kind of fantasial action adventure element. They put in the highlighting, which makes it pop. You got the different kind of accents around the stalls. You've got the way about the volumetric lighting comes in from the background. Very familiar kind of Star Wars elements, but obviously not too familiar because this is set in the this is taking place during the same time as Mandalorian. I thought this was set in the Old Republic. Well, isn't that interesting? That changes my perspective a whole bunch. So we should actually expect to see more familiar elements. But yeah, it's interesting. It's I wonder if So Dave Filoni has a massive, and then people have, to the point where people have been calling it the Filoniverse, massive habit of interconnecting all of his spin-offs, and so far they all, I think, have. Yeah, because Ahsoka's tied into Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett's tied into the Mandalorian. Admittedly, the Mandalorian doesn't actually appear in Ahsoka. And then obviously there's the Mandalorian and Grogu film, or there was a film coming along that's meant to like tie all these together into like one big film. So I wonder if this is also building to that.
Stay together, we just need some directions home.
Come on, kid. Pay up. Whoa.
Where'd you two find an Old Republic credit?
I mean, that escalated. Also, that escalated too. Apparently, you just throw food into the fire and it blows up. But I mean, fair enough, you know. Jawas, great to see, especially when they're not in like a sandy environment.
Over here, quick. I'll get you home. We'll make a partnership.
I mean, Jude Law is already selling the role, and he's been saying the lines for like a few seconds. Definitely something sus about the character. I don't know if that's just the Jude Law part of it. I don't know if that's like the false flag and we're actually meant to trust him, or if it's signing where it's gonna go.
But we have to move fast.
And then just the trailer gets really fun for me.
I need you to take the controls.
Okay. Neil? Neil?
I mean, the visual of a rocket ship going is fun.
A crew of
And I think this is Nick Frost speaking. So that looks like a New Republic officer being held hostage by pirates, I guess.
murderous pirates is coming.
Oh, sorry, that's not Nick Frost. That's Jude Law. I don't know why. They're both English, I guess.
Something's wrong.
They're not going to just turn up. We need to find them.
We're not alone down here.
It's a lot to fit in episodes. Hopefully they actually like give the episodes time to breathe. But I mean, The Mandalorian does a good job of pacing it, at least the first two seasons. And I mean, I like the third season, but I will agree the pacing was a bit off. Trying to recognize if I can any of the ships here. Usually they often throw in one. Those are X-Wings, I think. But usually throw in something recognizable. That's also like a great kind of set. It's clearly like a spa place on a cold planet. The landing pads are very... God, to be a set design on Star Wars must be like beautiful.
Be warned of booby traps. Pirates and mountains where none dare to go.
So obviously you're bringing in Nick Frost to kind of embrace the whole pirate nature. It's a pirate adventure in space. Like, why would you not love this? It's fantastic.
If you hear that.
So clear at some point the pirates get onto the ship, which is called the Onyx Side Cinder, which is a fantastic name for a ship. And they see the message sent by the Princess Mother. Probably this is where they learn about who they are after they follow their plans one too many times.
This. Don't give up. No matter.
I mean, hey, if the pirate visuals were subtle before, they're not subtle now. And I love they're embracing it. Like, it's not. I love that. I love it when Star Wars doesn't do subtle, because it's holds itself back. I love that we're doing a Star Wars show that is just basically a pirate adventure, to the point that this is going to be part of it. Oh,
No matter what.
I am excited. Was there another part of this? No, that was it. And it's only going to be in like a couple of weeks' times. Oh, I'm buzzing. Buzzing. What was the trailer I said I needed to do? Oh, How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that in 7 minutes. I still need to watch all the whole How to Train Your Dragon stuff. Anyway, like I said, I'm excited. So, you should be too. That's the takeaway. Thanks for tuning in. I guess I'm done with tonight because it's almost 1 a.m. Far too late. I've got work tomorrow. Today and tomorrow. So I'm gonna go and eat and then sleep. Bye.